guys, welcome back to Talking Money with Nozi, where I break down money topics and help you stay focused on your personal financial goals. Today, we're talking about something I've been getting a lot of questions about lately, and that is bond layering. It's the latest craze, right? But is it actually a smart move for your future? Let's unpack. So what exactly is bond layering? So bond layering is when people invest in multiple government bonds, for example, with different maturity dates. The idea is to create a steady stream of interest payments over time, like a ladder. As one bond matures and pays out, the next one is waiting just behind it. Okay guys, let me show you exactly how bond layering works using the RSA Retail Savings Bond platform, so you can see what the buzz is all about, right? So I'm just right here where it says current interest rates, and it shows all the different types of bonds that you can invest in. So RSA offers fixed rate bonds with terms of 2, 3, and 5 years. They also have inflation-linked bonds with the terms of 3, 5, and 10 years. They also have the RSA top-up bonds with a term of 3 years. So each one comes with a different interest rate depending on the term that you choose, right? So with the fixed rate bonds, you can choose to receive interest monthly or every 6 months. You can reinvest the interest to grow your money over time, right? So instead of putting all your money into a single bond, let's say all your money into the 5-year bond, you can spread your investments across. So let me give an example. Let's say you had, for argument's sake, 12,000 Rand that you wanted to invest, okay? You can spread your investment across different terms. So what I mean is, you see there's a 2-year, 3-year, 5-year. You can split your investment into 3 and say, I will invest 4,000 Rand into the 2-year fixed rate, another 4,000 into the 3-year, and the last 4,000 into the 5-year. This means your bonds are going to mature in different years. Okay, so you'll receive money after 2 years, 3 years, and 5 years. Okay. And you can also spread your investments across different months. So, for example, you could buy one 5-year bond in January, then you buy another one in February, and another one in March. You get the picture. If you choose the monthly interest payout option for each, you'll start to receive income every month from your bonds, right? So this layered approach, that's why it's called bond layering or staggered approach. It means you're building a monthly income stream, okay, while your money is kept in this low risk investment. Okay, so that's the long and short of bond layering. It's seen as a safe way to earn predictable income, and on the surface it sounds smart, especially in a time where the markets feel shaky. But let's look at the full picture before we call it a winning strategy, or even before we call it a losing strategy. So here's what most people don't tell you on social media. Investing in bonds has tax implications. The interest you earn, well, depending on how much it is, can be taxed at your marginal income tax rate, which means your real return could be significantly lower than what you see on paper. What do I mean by that? Remember, how does our tax work? We are taxed depending on our income, of course, ranging from 18% tax all the way up to 45%. Depending on where you fall on the income tax brackets, you could, if you're a very high income earner, end up paying up to 45% tax on the interest that you earn on bonds. So that means even though you'd see a bond is returning 10.25%, it doesn't mean you'll get 10.25% returns after accounting for tax. This is something that they don't talk about on those viral social media videos, right? Then another thing that's not talked about on those social media videos is inflation. If inflation is rising faster than the interest that you're earning, the buying power of your money is actually shrinking. So over time, you might feel like you're earning something, but you're losing ground. And this is especially important for my younger followers. If you're putting most of your money in bonds and just earning interest and spending the interest, you're not even reinvesting the interest, right? So you're not even investing in more growth-oriented, tax-efficient assets, you may be playing it too safe. You could wake up 10 or 20 years from today and realize you've missed out on compounding and real wealth building opportunities, all because you were focused on income now instead of growth over time. So for me, when I look at it, let's say I had a lump sum of 100,000 Rand. Where would be the best place for me to put it if I wanted that money to grow? Now, if you put it into bonds, if you take 100,000 Rand, put it into bonds, earn interest monthly, and then I spend that interest, it means that 100,000 remains as 100,000. It doesn't grow. It churns out the interest. I take the interest, spend it on whatever I want, and then I'm still left with 100,000 Rand. You understand? I would much rather put that 100,000 Rand in growth assets, for example, shares, for example. This is not to discourage people from buying bonds. You could invest in bonds as well as other assets as well. That's fine. So I know people who would, let's say, buy the bonds and then take the interest and invest it maybe in ETFs. That's okay. Or take the interest and, put it towards an asset that's going to grow over the long term, which sounds good. But for me, if I'm young, putting money in bonds and then only chowing the interest, I've got no other investment, I don't think it's a good idea long term. So this is where I always bring it back to one thing, your financial goals. Bond layering might work for someone who's close to retirement and wants low risk income, for example. But if you're young, building your financial future and still in your wealth building phase, you've got to think long term, guys. That's why I recommend the Franc app. It helps you set your goals, whether that's investing in ETFs or building your emergency fund, and it keeps you focused on the bigger picture. Franc is a great way to stay grounded when the noise on social media gets loud. Please click my referral link in the description and comments to sign up for Franc today and start aligning your investments with your actual goals, not just what's trending on social media. So, is bond layering bad? As I said, not at all, because it depends. But remember, it's not a magic formula either. Every investment decision should start with your goals, your time horizon, as well as your risk tolerance. So don't let FOMO trick you into thinking you're falling behind just because you're not doing what is viral at the moment. Sometimes, or dare I say, in many cases, the smartest move you can do with your money is the one that no one is talking about on social media. If this video helped you think differently about bonds or your own strategy, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments. Are you layering bonds, or are you focusing more on your long-term goals, on long-term growth? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching Talking Money with Nozi. Remember, your money, your rules. I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.